10 years ago, I decided it was time to buy my first luxury watch, one that I admired for a long time and always viewed as my grail watch, the Rolex Submariner. I considered picking up a used sub thinking I would save some money, but with most sport models, the aftermarket prices increase, so I decided to buy brand new. The 114060 was the Rolex that was being sold at the time. The best part about my buying experience wasn't the customer service or the free goodies like the green pouch and magazine, but the fact that I could go into the AD, buy the watch I wanted, and leave with it. No wait lists or deposits needed. Even more surprising was the fact that I was able to get a discount by paying cash. Oh, the good old days. As the 10 years have passed, the experience wearing the watch has been, in a word, amazing. The sub is a great everyday, well-built watch, but there have been some surprising revelations I've had throughout the years. I have a full review video posted on my channel on the 114060, so if you want to hear about the specs and all that, check out the video right up there. What I want to focus on today is my experience wearing the watch for the past 10 years. The movement and timekeeping has been solid overall. I have realized though, I don't often remember to wind the watch, and the 48-hour power reserve depletes after so many days, even with the rotor spinning around helping to maintain the power. Without winding the movement, the watch will lose time outside of the cost specifications. Even more so, as the years have gone by, the timekeeping has gotten slower and slower. Albeit, we are only talking seconds per day, so in the grand scheme of things, this isn't a big deal. But I thought the timekeeping would be more stable for many years. That was not the accurate expectation. Aside from the movement, I have had other surprising experiences with the rest of the quality of the watch. For one, the ceramic bezel is incredibly high quality, to the point that I've whacked the watch very hard, more times than I'd like to admit. Many of these hits, I was shocked it didn't straight up crack the bezel, but it has mostly taken the abuse. Not entirely. I do have a scratch on the ceramic bezel. I had hoped that this wouldn't be the case with Rolex, but that isn't. Secondly, the sapphire crystal is much like the ceramic bezel insert. Very durable, but not indestructible. I also have a scratch on the crystal as well. For some, this could be all they see when they check the time at certain angles, but I have been able to accept this fate and move on. I try best to maintain some level of wrist awareness to protect the watch, but I don't want the watch to wear me, so I can't say I baby it when it's on my wrist. Next, I want to talk about value. With the recent resale bubble, we saw the 114060 skyrocket in price to around $15,000, which is over double what I paid, which was $7,000. The resale price has stabilized around $10,000, but even at that price, the watch is more valuable than when I paid for it. Awesome, no doubt, but at the same time, this has created a bit of a problem for me. Wearing an expensive $7,000 watch took some time to get used to. Walking about life, out and about with $7,000 on my wrist, that's a lot of money, and it's just a watch, and one that, on occasion, I'll hear stories about people getting robbed for. So naturally, I had the concern of what if something happens, and the watch breaks? Or worse. But when the value increased to $15,000 and even now at $10,000, that has only heightened my concerns. The more valuable something is, the more we want to take care of it. And in a way, this increase in value has been a good thing, and it's also brought some negatives. Lastly, and more around a superficial revelation, and one that I think a lot of watch enthusiasts can relate to, is recognition. Not based on the cost of the watch or, oh, look at me, I have an expensive Rolex, but the watch itself. I notice people's watches, but that's because I'm a weird watch fan. I thought that now that I was wearing a really cool Submariner, people would once in a while say, hey, that's a cool watch. But no one cares, and even more so, no one notices what watch someone is wearing. So if you're deciding to get any watch to show off, it won't work because people aren't walking around life looking at someone's wrists. All in all, I have no regrets buying the 114060. There's a refinement with Rolex watches that make the wearing experience the best on any watch I've ever owned. Every aspect of the watch is smooth, polished, soft, and firm. Nothing is loose, nothing is broken, and there's a really great balance to the weight that makes the experience on the wrist really enjoyable. I hope you enjoyed hearing about my experiences with the watch in the past 10 years. Have any of you watch owners had similar experiences with your watches? Well, that's all the time that I have. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.